What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and we are now only about 24 hours away from the release of Cyberpunk 2077, and everyone is talking about it. Whether they are hyped as hell to play this game, or whether they're critical of the game already, everyone is talking Cyberpunk, and the woke games journalists, to no one's surprise, are out there in force today. All hands on deck to try to smear not only CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk 2077, but also any of their fans, their toxic gamer fans, as they like to call them. It is absolutely insane, but it's what we've come to expect from these kinds of people. The woke brigade is out in force today, and let's see some of the things they're talking about. We are going to talk about another article that talks about Cyberpunk and the rampant transphobia in the game, which is absolutely nonsense. We have a couple articles from CBR to talk about on it. Again, this focus on transphobia when virtually no one is complaining about it except the fucking weirdo games journalists. But before we get to that, we have to get to this, because this is a serious issue and something CD Projekt Red is going to be working to fix. Cyberpunk 2077 may be problematic for epileptic gamers. Cyberpunk 2077 may have some content like flashing lights that could potentially trigger seizures in individuals that have epilepsy. So obviously that is a serious situation. Now, I've played a ton of games that have those warnings beforehand that say, hey, this is going to contain flashing lights. It may cause seizures. I've actually played a shit ton of games that have that beforehand. No idea if the Cyberpunk one has that warning or not, but something that was discovered with this game, and it came from Liana Rupert. Now, we've talked about Liana Rupert a little before on this channel. She and Jason Schreier had a dust-up, I think, just a few months before. She comes out and says this, retweets this Game Informer article saying the same thing about the possible epileptic seizures. She says, I did have a bad seizure while playing this game, but look, I get it. I'm stubborn. I'll push myself for something if the desire is high enough. Don't be like me. If you have any sort of epilepsy leanings, here's what you need to know about Cyberpunk 2077. Be safe, friends. And then she replies. Now look at this tweet. This tweet has 10,000 likes, only 168 comments. Not very much backlash, to be honest with you. Not very much at all. But then Liana Rupert says this. Warning, I've been sent hundreds of videos disguised as support that are deliberate flashing to induce photosensitive triggers. If you're sharing this saying you're epileptic and receive a video, don't press play. I'm back to being on my ass. Be better, please. Right, so I don't know how many she received. Hundreds, that seems like a little bit of that seems kind of a lot, considering she only got 168 comments on this tweet that kind of blew up. It seems like a lot, but I guess we can say she got hundreds. That's what she's claiming. But the real problem is now, you have these absolute losers right now. John Walker demands better. Here's your Cyberpunk 2077 fan base, sending flashing images to an epileptic to punish her for reporting the game could induce seizures, a game she says she loves so much she's still playing despite the grand mal seizure it caused her. CDPR cultivated this fan base. So this is the real problem. Now you have cucks like this over at, I think it's from Rock, Paper, Shotgun, right. Little cuck games journalists like this who are now out there white knighting and calling the entire CD Projekt Red fan base toxic gamers. You did this, CD Projekt Red. You got these toxic gamers to go send these things to this person. How dare you? It's absolutely ridiculous. No one's going to condone anyone actually trying to induce a seizure in someone like that. But the bottom line is, of the millions of people that are going to play this game, you're trying to pin the actions of a few people on CD Projekt Red, as if CD Projekt Red somehow was involved in this. Same thing. The horrific abuse that trans people and those with epilepsy are receiving from Cyberpunk 2077 fanatics isn't just another case of gamers being awful. It's also the inevitable end result of CDPR purposefully cultivating a toxic and bigoted fan base. What absolute losers you are. Here you go. The real cyberpunk dystopia are gamers physically trying to hurt someone over the internet in the name of a corporate product launch. This is disturbing, even in an industry that got used to this kind of destructive behavior. And then you have someone like this now, who is buying into this tweet, who's saying that this was specifically designed. You have people now lying about CD Projekt Red, saying that CD Projekt Red specifically designed this to give people seizures. What person, what absolute mental weasel midget. What absolute fucktard would actually believe that CDPR is trying to give people seizures? How dumb do these people have to be? So that's a lot of what we have seen online today, and a lot of blitz against CD Projekt Red from these people, trying to say that it's their responsibility or something like that. But not only that, let's go back to this initial article. More transphobia in Cyberpunk 2077. The bigots, the CD Projekt Red fans. How Cyberpunk 2077 perpetuates transphobia and why gamers are calling it an act of violence. Well, first of all, let's be real. I think that the Critical Drinker said it best in this tweet that's got almost 10,000 likes. I can absolutely guarantee that no actual gamers think like this. And that's 100% true. The only people who are focused on this whole transphobia and cyberpunk thing are fake gamers who are trying to weasel their way into this world and then change it from the inside. That's what we've seen time and time again in our entertainment industries. These people that don't actually care about this genre, but they just want to change it to reflect their type of identity politics. That is exactly what we are seeing. And they're talking about just a few reviews. Even this Cyberpunk 2077 article here that basically sums up a bunch of other reviews. IGN, nothing about transphobia. Game Informer, nothing about transphobia. Cali Plague, GameSpot, nothing about transphobia. Robbie Zachney, Vice, nothing about transphobia, even in Vice. You don't have the transphobia right here. And then Carolyn Pettit from Polygon, the one whose first 7 paragraphs were focused on transphobia, because as a trans person, that's what they were focused on in this article. They talked about that before any of the gameplay, the fact that they felt it was a slight to trans people. So this one person, that's who you wrote this entire article, titled it that people were worried about transphobia in Cyberpunk 2077. You go back to this article, they say Cyberpunk 2077 fetishizes trans bodies, but hides trans people. They go back to talking about the character creator. CD Projekt Red is now getting blasted for giving people the option to do whatever you want in the character creator. Now that you can change your genitals around, you can do whatever you want, that's transphobic. Giving people more diversity than they've ever had before, that's transphobic now. These people are absolute lunatics. They want this to fail so badly, these woke losers. Cyberpunk 2077's trans critics are treated as pariahs by Cyberpunk 2077's developers. The 0.001% that are actually complaining about this, that they're treated as pariahs? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about because Cyberpunk made a did you just assume my gender joke that they apologized for and deleted and fired the person who made the tweet? Is that what you're talking about? Someone saying, did you assume my gender? A fucking meme? That's transphobic now? 2020, right? 2020 is the year where the word transphobic now means nothing. We have seen this in recent years where everyone gets called a bigot, everyone gets called a racist, everyone gets called a Nazi, to the point where those words have no meaning. Transphobic now is that word. It has no meaning because these people are using it all the freaking time. All the time. It is absolute insanity, and it's pathetic the levels that these people are the levels that these people are going to try to destroy this game. Now, I've been pretty open about it. I have a lot of criticisms of the way that CD Projekt Red has handled things from a certain aspect. From promises they've made that they didn't necessarily keep, to the way that these reviews are being doled out, the fact that people can't use their actual footage. They're really trying to hide everything about this game because I don't think it's as finished as they want it to be, but they're releasing it anyway. I think there's real criticism to be had. You've heard about the bugs and glitches that are possible. I'm looking forward to get my hands on this game so badly tomorrow. But I think that trying to label CDPR as transphobic to try to destroy the game, trying to label their fans as all toxic gamers in order to destroy the game is absolutely ridiculous. How many times do we have to do this with games journalists, with these woke losers, time and time again? Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Are you excited to get your hands on Cyberpunk? Let me know. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.